Today we got to talk about how to get rich when you make less than $3,000 a month. So let's talk about exactly what I would do if I were you. Because it turns out the secret to becoming wealthy has nothing to do with your income and everything to do with your habits. That means if you follow these steps, you can dramatically improve your financial situation regardless of how much money you make right now. Step number 1, cut your expenses. This is the most important part. Because before you can start thinking about making more money, you need to think about saving more money. What good is making more money if you just end up spending it all? So step 1 is to cut your expenses to the bare minimum. If it get rid of anything that's not necessary. If it doesn't help you produce income or bring you closer to your goals, then it's probably a waste. Now, this might mean having to make some sacrifices, but if you're serious about improving your financial situation, then it's worth it. The truth is that most people spend way too much money on things that they don't need, and that's why they'll never be rich. So if you want to be rich, you need to be willing to sacrifice and delay gratification. It's not about living a miserable life now, so that you can enjoy yourself later. It's about being smart with your money and understanding that sometimes you need to tighten your belt in order to reach your goals faster. Step 2, invest your money. Once you've cut your expenses, the next step is to invest your money. You see, when you make more money, you have two options. You can either save it or invest it. Saving your money is a great option if you plan on using it in the near future. For example, if you want to buy a house, you might want to save up for a down payment. But if you're investing your money, then you're using it to buy assets that will hopefully increase in value over time. The problem most people run into is that they don't understand the power of compounding returns. When you invest your money, you're essentially planting a seed. And just like a seed grows into a tree, your money will grow into something much larger over time. The longer you invest your money, the more time it has to compound and grow. That's why it's so important to start investing as early as possible. The sooner you start, the sooner you'll get there. And finally, step number 3, build multiple streams of income. Now this is the most important step of all, because it's the key to building long-term wealth. The problem with relying on a single stream of income is that if you lose that income, then you're in trouble. But if you have multiple streams of income coming in, then you're in a much better position. That's why it's so important to start building multiple streams of income as soon as possible. I know that this might sound easier said than done, but trust me, it's not as difficult as you might think, and there are many different ways to do this. One way is to start a side hustle. A side hustle is simply a small business that you can start in addition to your regular job. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It could be something simple like dog walking or mowing lawns. And if you're good at it, you can charge money for it. Another way to build passive income is through investing. When you invest your money, you're essentially lending money to someone else who will hopefully make more money back on it and pay you back with interest. This is a great way to earn money without having to actively work for it. And finally, another way to build passive income is through real estate. Real estate is a great way to build wealth because it allows you to leverage other people's money, and that's why it's so popular among the wealthy. Starting out, you can start by renting out a room in your house or apartment. Then, as you get more experience, you can move on to bigger things like buying a rental property. So if you want to get rich, you need to start thinking outside of the box and be willing to take risks. Don't be afraid to pursue multiple streams of income, and don't be afraid to fail. Failure is just another excuse to learn and improve. So don't let it hold you back. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this.